everybody. We're back and cooking in our fabulous New Mexico-style kitchen this morning with Chef Craig Murphy. Welcome.
Good
It's
morning.
fabulous. I've eaten his food, and it's good. Vernon's Hidden Valley Steakhouse, of course, is where you do your magic. And this is his first visit with us, but of course, no stranger to New Mexico-style. Viewers may know that guy over there. Hello.
This guy over here.
Of course, it's Vernon Sommelier, Tom Fichera, the guy who knows everything and anything about wine and champagne. And champagne, too. We'll be talking about that as well. This morning, we are doing beef tartare, and I heard it was amazing. Now, I haven't tried it yet, but Denise actually was there on our birthday and said she had it, and it was fabulous.
We get lots of rave reviews about it.
Yeah.
We really do. It's a more popular appetizer, and believe it or not, it's all scrap. To be honest with you.
Do you find that people
really
are
is.
often reluctant because they're afraid? You know, for somebody like me, for instance, who often eats my meat medium well, which I know, Tom, you don't have to tell me. I know that you lose the flavor. But for somebody who is reluctant, do you have to let them know? I mean, this is good, healthy food still. You're not eating something that's not going to agree with you.
It's not going to hurt you. I mean,
Okay.
it is raw beef, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to hurt you at all.
Well, how do you determine that? I mean, is it just that you have less fat on it? Is it just ground differently?
Well, it's beef tenderloin, so
Okay.
it's actually the leanest cut available.
Great.
More or less. I mean,
Yeah, you can
show you.
see. Sure,
It's
absolutely.
definitely very lean.
Very lean. And it looks really good, actually. Now, tell me how we do this process. Let's understand what
Okay.
goes into making this delicious meal.
we pretty much start with whole grain mustard, a little bit of white balsamic vinegar, garlic, shallots, a little bit of scallions, salt and pepper, and we just kind of make a pretty basic vinaigrette.
Okay.
And then we toss the raw beef into it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Why not? Let's have some fun. Tom is
downstairs.
watching over us because he's thinking in his head about how excited he is to share the tasting of the beverage
We're
with
going to
the
do,
food.
yeah, we're going to do a Domaine Carnero's, their Brut Rosé.
You love rosés.
I love rosés. You know, again, the most expensive champagnes in the world are rosés.
Of course.
And the rosé, since you always talk about strawberries,
Yes, I do.
there's a hint of strawberry in this rosé that we're going
Oh,
to do.
good. Oh, I'm excited about that. So now you're whisking this, I notice.
Right,
Is
we're just-
whisking the best stirring method on this?
Yeah, we're actually just emulsifying the vinegar, or
Okay.
the oil into the vinegar and whole grain mustard.
Okay.
And that's going to be the start, basically. And
Fabulous.
there's actually a little too much vinaigrette in this one.
I love the smell of the vinegar, though, I have to tell you. That's one of my favorites.
Definitely.
Do I seem to say it's one of my favorites all the time when it comes to food? Yes, I do, because I love food. It's a problem.
And salt and pepper, you can never underestimate the power of a little salt and pepper.
Never.
Just kind of brings out balance and everything.
So now these ingredients, of course, for anybody that wants to try this at home, because a lot of people are probably cooking for the holidays, having
Absolutely.
people over, thinking about appetizers. This is a very simple dish to make, isn't it?
It is. It's very simple. It's great for the holidays, just because, you know, I mean, if you want to keep up with the Joneses, you certainly can by bringing beef tartare to your next Christmas party.
Yes, and it
course.
always sounds very shishi.
Absolutely.
Beef tartare.
Absolutely.
So now all you've done is you've taken, so now you did all those ingredients before and you mixed it up. Now you added the meat. Okay, now what's our next step?
Next step is basically plating, and I actually have one ready if you'd like me to grab
Well,
it.
let's see. Now I noticed there's capers over there. What do we do with the capers?
I'm going to add the capers in there,
Put 'em
actually.
in there. I love capers.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, so I see all these other fun ingredients. I'm thinking, don't leave out those capers. I love them. They're yummy.
Other than that, that's pretty much about
That's it? That's all you have to do?
That's pretty much it. I mean, that's beef tartare in a nutshell right there.
Wow. Now, what do you normally serve your beef tartare with? Because I know I've had it with, you know, garlic crackers or croutons, bread. What do you recommend?
We typically serve it with fried wontons, which are egg roll skins or egg roll wrappers, more or less.
Okay,
I actually have
that sounds really yummy.
off to the side here.
So let's see how we do this. Now, what is in that little dish over there?
This is actually demi-glace for pan-seared beef medallions.
Oh,
that I was going
okay.
to do as well.
Oh, yeah, show us how you do that. We'll taste this after. We'll do one at a
Absolutely.
time, and then we'll
Absolutely.
taste it, because the tasting is always the best part.
Tasting is always
I like
the
to
best
save it
part.
for last.
It's always the best part.
So now, okay, so these are just the beef medallions now.
Sorry, I'm going to go.
So how do we do these?
So the beef medallions, we're going to season with salt and pepper.
Okay.
We'll start there.
I like that. Never underestimate the power of salt and pepper.
Exactly. Exactly. And just
And you do
relax.
it the chef way, of course.
Of course, of course. And then I have a hot saute pan here,
Okay,
which I'm going to use.
perfect.
A little oil, hopeful.
Now, I have a question. If you were to come into the restaurant and you wanted to order the beef tartare as an appetizer, would you stay away from having this as your entree, or would you say it still goes good together, or is it just, is it beef overload? What do you think?
Beef and beef is good.
Yeah. Okay, good.
The more protein, the better, I say.
I always think if you're ordering an entree that's beef, maybe you shouldn't have it for your, you know, for your appetizer. But in this case, it's so different because one is cooked and one isn't.
Right.
You know?
It is, definitely.
So I think you can kind of mix it up a little bit.
But you know, in the end, you're talking about two different personalities.
Right.
You know, on it. And, you know, you have the personality of the raw beef, and then you're going to have the personality of the cooked fillets on there.
Yes.
And it's just, yes, it is the same product, but again, two completely different personalities.
Sure.
And especially when it comes to wine pairings, there are certain wines I would pair with the tartare that I would not pair with, you know, with the tenderloin.
Like what?
On it. Well, the champagne I think that we're going to be serving today with the rosé is going to be outstanding, but it necessarily, when we get into the tenderloins of champagne, the rosé might not stand up.
Oh, okay.
To the tenderloins on that.
Interesting.
Because the tartare is so incredibly rich and flavorful and so on, where this is more of a neutral flavor.
Right.
We were talking about on the cooked beef on there.
Okay. So would you recommend doing a wine or a champagne with the cooked beef?
Well, you know how I feel about champagne.
You like champagne with food.
Champagne and food.
Yes.
But here on the tenderloin, because it is lean, Pinot Noir would be much more, would stand up to it than the rosé champagne would.
Okay.
On that.
And you know, I know that you have also said that champagne is often very good as your lead-in. It's a good appetizer drink. So yeah, so we can do that with the tartare. And then now this right now, you've got it hot and sizzling. So how do you usually like to cook it?
Usually I like it medium rare.
You do?
Medium rare plus.
That's
absolutely.
really the way, isn't it?
My pan should be a little bit hotter than this. It should be just at smoking point.
Okay. But through the magic of TV, we can...
But through the magic of TV, we can fake it till we make it. Absolutely.
Exactly. I like that.
Absolutely.
So how long have you been at Vernon's?
I've been at Vernon's in the kitchen since July.
Okay.
But overall, 2 years now. 2.5 years.
Do you love it?
I do.
It's a great place. I say it all the time, and I'm not just saying it because you guys are here, but really it's an experience. It's not just the great food and the great service, but the whole experience itself.
It is. It's really nice.
The password and Giacomo and Tommy and the entertainment.
The whole
the whole thing. And you guys are going to get busy, I am imagining, as we get into New Year's Eve with the 7-course thing. Oh my gosh.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting for sure.
This is your busy season, so I'm sure people will be coming in and wanting to try this. I think we should try this. How about it? Should we go for appetizer while you're finishing that up?
This is not going to be ready, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's okay. Keep it going.
That's okay. We're just going to
show it at the end.
Just let it go.
And this, I love the way this looks. Can you guys see? Look at that presentation. I really think that really also is a big part of it, is the presentation.
Absolutely.
It just makes it look appetizing.
It does.
Ooh, I'm excited to try this.
Absolutely.
That mustard, so it's a mustard vinaigrette? Is that what it is?
Yes, ma'am. Whole grain mustard.
Smells good. You don't have to call me ma'am, Craig. It's okay.
Sorry, it's just out of habit, you know?
You're very polite. Okay, so now I want to do this
on TV, yeah.
I want to do it with the rosé, right? I mean, that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. That's definitely the way to go.
Which one first? Rosé first?
Do that.
Okay. Oh.
That's not gonna be ready.
And then I finally, like I was saying earlier, I finally got you some strawberries with your champagne.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. strawberries and a little peach in here.
And you know, for a girl who normally eats well done or medium well, I'm surprised I like this as much as I do.
It's not bad for being raw.
Wow. And it's so easy, and if you guys want the recipe, it's so simple. You just have to go to casa.com. You can make this at home. Definitely got I would say the wontons make it. That helps really give it a little crunch and fun.
Little texture.
And you can, of course, see... Yes, texture is a good thing. Chef Craig. And right below us, of course, you can also see exactly where you need to go to Vernon's in Los Ranchos on 4th Street. I'm having another bite. I love it. Now,
I got no
I want this.
And the Domaine Carneros is the same people that do the Tatangier that we were talking about that we had last week. So it's the same. It's the same people. And this is a Brut Rosé, where it has about 60% of it's Pinot Noir grapes as opposed to Chardonnay, and then the Chardonnay is the other blend on it. And you can get it in any of your high-end liquor stores and so on. And it's just wonderful. And again, the bubbles on this are great, and they cut right through the richness of the tartare.
Fun. Well, happy holidays, and thank you guys so much. Of course, tomorrow we'll be talking to Tom about how to wine and dine together. I like it. Once again, go to casa.com for the recipe. Thank you guys so much. This is delicious.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And after the break, we're drawing the winners in Clark's Pet Emporium photo contest. Come right back.